Have you ever wondered how some people seem to age gracefully while others struggle to stay active and independent? It's a question that many of us will face as we get older, but the truth is, there are a few key factors that can make all the difference. If you're 70 or older, you may feel like certain parts of your life are out of your control. But what if I told you there's still time to shape your future for the better? In today's video, we're diving into the essential habits, attitudes, and choices that can help you live your best life as you age. You'll learn about critical health signs that could change everything for you, the mistakes to avoid, and what matters in terms of emotional well-being and physical health. So why should you stick around until the end? Well, for starters, we'll discuss simple yet effective ways to enhance your quality of life and feel more empowered, whether you're managing health issues or simply seeking more fulfillment in your day-to-day. If you're worried about loneliness, physical decline, or even financial stress as you age, this video holds the answers you've been searching for. Stick with me, and I'll share powerful insights and practical advice that could not only change the way you think about aging but also help you take control of your life today, and well into the future. Let's dive in. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. There's this common belief that breaks my heart every time I hear it, that it's too late to start living healthier, to make changes, or to pursue a better, more fulfilling life as we age. This mindset holds so many people back, especially women, and it's an unfortunate and powerful barrier. But here's the truth, one I feel so deeply in my soul. It is never, ever too late to start. The idea that you've missed your chance to embrace better habits, eat nourishing food, or move your body in ways that make you feel good is simply a lie we've been told. At any point in life, you can choose to invest in your health. And let me tell you, you are worth it. No matter where you are in your journey, you can start making small, intentional changes that will add vitality, energy, and joy to your life. Think about the women who live to be 100 years old. They're not some distant, unreachable dream. They are real, living examples of what it means to take charge of your health and well-being. These incredible women didn't just sit back and wait for things to magically get better. They made a conscious choice, day after day, to prioritize their health. They know that staying proactive, rather than reactive, is key. They listen to their bodies, tuning in to what they need, whether it's seeking medical advice, making dietary changes, or adjusting their daily routines. They understand that taking care of their bodies isn't just about adding years to their lives, it's about improving the quality of those years. They've learned that the key to longevity is not in passively waiting for life to unfold, but in actively shaping it through self-care, mindful choices, and a healthy dose of self-love. Now, one of the most significant reasons people feel like they've lost their sense of direction, especially as they age, is the feeling that they've lost their purpose. This is something so many women experience, whether it's after retiring from a long career when children move out and start their own families, or after the devastating loss of a spouse. The loss of a role and the shifting of identities can feel like devastating blows to our sense of worth and importance. And it's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking that, because you're no longer playing the same roles, you no longer have value. But I need to remind you, nothing could be further from the truth. The purpose is not a title you wear. It's a fire that burns deep within your heart. And if you've lost yours, I want to urge you to look within and find a new one. There is power in purpose. There is life in purpose. Studies have shown time and time again that people with a strong sense of purpose don't just live longer. They live healthier, more fulfilling lives. When you wake up every day with a reason to rise, when you have something to look forward to, it doesn't just help you feel emotionally connected, it boosts your physical health too. Your mind stays sharp, your heart stays open, and your body stays strong. When you have a purpose, your entire being has a reason to keep going, a reason to show up, and a reason to live fully. Without that purpose, though, there can be an overwhelming sense of emptiness. It's easy to feel lost, disconnected from the world, and ultimately, disconnected from yourself. But that doesn't have to be the end of the story. Think about the women who have thrived well into their 100s. What do they all have in common? So many of them still carry a spark within them, a passion for something that fuels them. Some may still be working, whether it's in a reduced capacity or as a volunteer. Others find joy in hobbies they've cultivated over the years, like gardening, painting, or even learning something entirely new. These women understand that life doesn't stop because a certain age is reached. There's no expiration date on passion or purpose. And I believe with every ounce of my being that if you feel like your purpose is slipping away, it's still within you to reignite it. It might not look like it did 20 years ago, and that's okay, because life is ever-changing, and your sense of purpose can evolve too. The key is this: if you don't have a purpose right now, don't despair. You can create one. It's never too late to discover something new that excites you, something that makes you feel alive. Maybe it's mentoring younger generations, maybe it's going back to school to pursue a passion you've always had, or maybe it's simply becoming involved in your community, in ways that matter to you. Your role in life doesn't end just because you've reached a certain milestone or age. The truth is, the happiest, healthiest women, those who continue to thrive in their later years, are the ones who have something to look forward to every single day. They don't just survive, they flourish. They rise in the morning with a sense of anticipation and excitement for the day ahead, no matter how big or small that purpose may seem. So, if you find yourself feeling a little lost, a little unsure of where to go next, I want to tell you this: don't be afraid to reinvent yourself. You have so much more to give, and the world is waiting for you. Find that thing that makes your heart race with excitement and use it to fuel your days. And if you need help finding it, don't be afraid to seek guidance, to try new things, and to explore different passions. The only true way to run out of purpose is to stop looking for it. Keep searching, keep growing, and keep embracing the beauty of life at every stage. There is always more to discover. Loneliness can be one of the most quietly devastating forces that slowly chip away at the health and spirit of aging women. It's not a visible wound, but its effects can be just as painful, if not more so. As you age, it becomes far too easy to slip into isolation. Friends, who once filled your days with laughter and support, pass away, leaving a profound emptiness in their absence. Family members, who might have once been close, either physically or emotionally, begin to drift further away. Sometimes because of distance, sometimes because of busy lives, and sometimes because of changing priorities. The invitations to social gatherings grow rarer, and before long, it feels like you're on the outside looking in. The cruelest part is that the more isolated you become, the more your health deteriorates. Studies have shown that loneliness is not just a temporary feeling of sadness, it's a serious health risk. When you're isolated, your risk of heart disease skyrockets, your brain becomes more vulnerable to dementia, and the physical impact is just as serious. Loneliness has been shown to be as harmful to your body as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That might sound shocking, but the effects on your mental, emotional, and physical health are undeniable. It's like being trapped in a prison that no one can see, but the damage is deep and real. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But here's the thing: women who live the longest don't succumb to this quiet killer. They fiercely protect their connections to the world around them. They don't just wait for others to come to them, they make it a point to stay engaged with their communities, maintain meaningful relationships, and constantly seek out new connections. They understand something that many forget as they get older: the importance of staying socially active. Whether it's joining a local book club, volunteering at a community center, attending religious services, or simply making the effort to pick up the phone to call a friend or family member, they understand that human connection is more vital to their well-being than anything else. It's not just about preventing loneliness, it's about living a life filled with meaning, joy, and purpose. They know that staying connected with others is as crucial as eating well and staying physically active. So, if you find yourself slipping into solitude, don't let it consume you. Take action now. Reach out to someone, join a group, try something new, or start a hobby that brings you into contact with others. You deserve to feel valued, loved, and connected. Loneliness isn't just about being physically alone. It's about feeling like you're invisible, like you don't matter to anyone anymore. But the women who live the longest refuse to let that be their reality. They will not let isolation steal their vitality. On a similar note, one of the most damaging misconceptions that many older women face is the belief that aging inevitably means decline, frailty, and diminished strength. How many times have we heard the phrases, "It's just part of getting old," or "What do you expect at my age?" They come from every direction: family, friends, the media, society as a whole. And if you're not careful, you can start to internalize those words, believing that they are simply the truth. But let me share something powerful. Aging is not a one-way street toward decline. The decline is not something that automatically happens as we grow older. It's a mindset, and it can be challenged, shaped, and transformed. Yes, our bodies change with age. Our skin loses some of its elasticity, our joints might creak a bit more, and our energy levels may fluctuate. But those changes do not have to define us. The women who live to be 100 understand this deeply. They don't see aging as an inevitable slide into weakness and dependence. Instead, they view aging as an exciting new phase of life. One that can be filled with opportunities to stay strong, sharp, and vibrant. They don't view the natural changes in their bodies as obstacles. They see them as a part of life's ebb and flow, and they embrace them with grace, resilience, and adaptability. The real danger comes when you accept the idea that decline is inevitable. When you begin to believe that because you're getting older, you can no longer challenge yourself or pursue the things you love. The truth is that when you stop fighting against the idea of inevitable decline, you stop pushing yourself to stay active, both mentally and physically. You stop trying new things, you stop setting new goals, and you let yourself believe in limitations that were never meant to hold you back. The women who live the longest don't let a number on their birth certificate dictate what they can or cannot do. They know that the key to living a fulfilling life at any age is to stay mentally sharp, keep learning, and remain physically engaged. They don't let their changing bodies become a reason to slow down. They adapt, they adjust, and they find new ways to thrive. If you catch yourself thinking, "I'm too old for that," take a moment to reframe that thought. Instead of accepting that limitation, ask yourself, how can I continue doing what I love in a way that works for me now? This small shift in mindset can be transformative. It can breathe new life into your passions and activities, making you feel empowered and capable, no matter how many birthdays you've had. The women who live the longest aren't defined by their age. They are defined by their actions, their attitude, and their refusal to accept decline as a given. And that refusal, that fierce spirit of resilience and adaptability, is what allows them to continue to live with vitality, joy, and purpose, well into their later years. So, remember this, aging doesn't have to mean losing your zest for life. Don't let the world, or even your mind, tell you that you're too old to pursue your passions, stay connected with others, or continue to grow and evolve. The longest living women don't just survive, they thrive. And so can you. Aging is often misunderstood. It's not the passage of time or the inevitable years that make people weak. It's the unwillingness to keep moving. The moment a woman, especially as she grows older, stops moving, it's as if her body starts to unravel at an astonishingly rapid pace. Muscles lose their strength, joints grow stiff, and the heart and lungs begin to function less effectively. The body, which once was so capable, begins to feel like a fragile shell. Balance fades, and with it, the risk of falling grows exponentially. And once that fall happens, it often marks the beginning of a downward spiral. Too many women, after a fall, find themselves never fully recovering, struggling with a loss of independence and vitality. But here's the heart-wrenching truth. those who live well into their 100s, they never stop moving. Now, I'm not suggesting that every woman over a certain age should be training for a marathon or hitting the gym with heavy weights. That's not realistic, and it's not the point. What matters is the daily commitment to the movement. These women, the ones who defy the odds, they keep moving every single day. Whether it's a walk around the block, a few minutes of stretching in the morning, a little dance to their favorite song, or simply tending to a garden, they refuse to let their bodies stagnate. They know from deep within that these small actions, things that may seem insignificant to an outsider, are what keep their joints supple, their muscles engaged, and their circulation flowing. Even the simplest movement can make an enormous difference. Imagine this. Just a 30-minute walk every single day can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even dementia. Simple strength training, with light resistance, can prevent the bone-wasting disease of osteoporosis and help keep bones strong, ensuring the body remains resilient. The key: consistency. These women, the ones who reach 100, don't wait until they feel stiff, sore, or weak. They move to prevent those feelings from ever taking root in the first place. It's a subtle but powerful choice that they make every day. If you want to live longer and live well, movement has to become a part of your daily life. It doesn't need to be complicated or intense. It just has to be regular. Because the truth is, the moment you stop moving, your body starts shutting down. And that's a risk, no matter how small it may seem, that you cannot afford to take. The choice to keep moving is the choice to keep living, and in that choice lies the difference between thriving and merely existing. So, get up, take a step, and move. Your future self will thank you. Secret number 1. They keep their bodies in constant motion. The women who live past 100 aren't just taking a quick stroll now and then. They've moved an inseparable part of their daily existence. For them, staying active isn't a tedious task to dread. It's a vital necessity, woven into the fabric of their life as naturally as eating or sleeping. And here's the real secret that many fail to recognize. It's not about slaving away in a gym for hours or running grueling marathons that push their bodies to the edge. No, these incredible women simply find ways to stay active that suit their bodies, ways that feel nourishing rather than exhausting. Some of them take peaceful morning walks, their feet carrying them through the fresh air and sunlight, which lifts their spirits and sets the tone for the day. Others immerse themselves in the soothing rhythm of gardening, stretch their muscles with gentle yoga, or even find joy in dancing around their living rooms to their favorite tunes. And most beautifully, many of the centenarians living in the world's blue zones, those places known for having the highest concentration of centenarians, don't even think of movement as exercise. It's just life. It's a part of their daily routine, as ingrained as brushing their teeth. They take the stairs without hesitation, carry their groceries without a second thought, tidy their homes, and spend hours basking in the rejuvenating embrace of the outdoors. Why does this matter so much? Because here's the harsh truth. Inactivity is the true villain when it comes to aging. When we stop moving, our muscles start to weaken, our bones lose their strength, our circulation slows to a crawl, and the risk of illness rises at an alarming rate. But when we embrace movement, no matter how old we are, we keep our bodies strong, agile, and full of life. The secret isn't in extreme workouts or pushing ourselves to the limit. It's in consistency, little, everyday acts that keep the body moving. You don't need to break a sweat in a gym or run miles to see the benefits. Simply staying active each day will reward you with more energy, better health, and, if you stick with it, yes, a longer life. There's something deeply empowering and beautiful about the simple act of moving your body every day. It reminds us that we are in control and that we can shape our future and our vitality, one step at a time. Secret number 2. The women who live to 100 don't just eat to fill their stomachs. They eat with intention, choosing what fuels their body for vitality, strength, and longevity. And let's be honest, they do not eat like the average person. While most people grab whatever is convenient or indulgent, these incredible women aren't fueling their bodies with processed junk, sugary snacks, or greasy takeout meals that offer nothing but short-lived satisfaction and long-term damage. No, they're feeding themselves with purpose, eating food that's nourishing, vibrant, and life-giving. Many centenarians fill their plates with fresh, wholesome foods, bright, colorful fruits and vegetables that burst with life and energy, whole grains that provide long-lasting fuel, healthy fats like nuts, avocado, and olive oil that support their cells, and lean proteins like fish, eggs, and beans that build and repair their bodies. It's a diet rooted in real, unprocessed nutrition that honors their bodies, not just in the moment, but for years to come. And I have to say, it's incredibly inspiring to see how they avoid the trap of over-consuming sugar, processed foods, and artificial additives that only wreak havoc on our health. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. But let's go deeper, because there's another aspect to their relationship with food that we can all learn from: moderation. These women understand that overeating isn't just about feeling full. It's about listening to their bodies and eating until they're satisfied, not stuffed. Overeating puts an immense amount of stress on the body, causing weight gain and inflammation, a silent but deadly driver of chronic diseases. It's heartbreaking to see so many people trapped in this cycle, thinking they need to eat more to feel content, not realizing that it's doing more harm than good. And here's where it gets even more beautiful. Many long-living cultures practice the principle of hara hachi bu, a philosophy that encourages eating until you're 80% full. Think about that for a second. 80% full. It's a simple, profound approach that encourages balance and respect for your body's natural hunger cues, not giving into greed or cravings that only serve to drain your energy over time. It's a constant reminder that we don't need more to thrive, we need to appreciate what's enough. But it's not just the food, it's also the way they eat. This is where it gets so moving and heartwarming to me. The act of eating is done with mindfulness and gratitude, often shared with loved ones around a table. No rushing, no stress, no mindless snacking in front of the TV. These women savor their meals, appreciating each bite, each flavor, and each moment spent with those they care about. Food is viewed as nourishment, not an emotional crutch or a quick fix for stress. There's an undeniable beauty in how they cultivate peace and connection during mealtime, rather than falling prey to the chaos of modern life that encourages fast food and fast living. If we could all just start thinking of food as medicine, choosing what we eat with more love, more care, and more respect for our bodies, we might just unlock the same secret to longevity that these extraordinary women have discovered. It's a reminder that the choices we make today, the foods we choose to nourish our bodies with, could add decades to our lives. How empowering is that? We have the power to shape our health, our future, and ultimately our longevity with every bite we take. Secret number 3. They refuse to accept decline as something inevitable, and let me tell you, it's one of the most profound secrets to living a life full of vigor and vitality. It breaks my heart when I see older women who resign themselves to the idea that their best years are behind them. They begin to accept the narrative that aging automatically means decline. You hear it everywhere, those damaging phrases like, "That's just what happens when you get older," or "You have to slow down at this age," or the worst of all, "At my age, what do you expect?" And so, they start to believe it. They stop challenging themselves. They stop setting goals, and they stop believing that they can remain strong, sharp, and independent. They let themselves shrink into an existence defined by limitations and half-hearted efforts, and it's deeply saddening. But here's the truth that cannot be ignored. The women who live past 100 don't view aging as an inevitable, painful slide into frailty. No, they see it as an exciting, demanding challenge. Something to be met head-on with the same determination they had in their youth. These women refuse to let time define their potential. Instead of focusing on what their bodies can no longer do, they put all their energy into what they still can. They embrace their evolving bodies with grace, making adjustments rather than giving in. It's inspiring to witness women who, even in their 80s and 90s, are still walking miles a day, cooking meals from scratch, taking care of their homes, and yes, even launching new businesses or picking up hobbies they never thought they'd try. What stands out to me is the incredible strength they cultivate by refusing to accept weakness as their fate. They don't buy into the idea that aging must equate to becoming fragile. They know better. Their bodies may change, but their spirit remains fierce and unyielding. If you want to live beyond 80 and truly thrive, living with purpose and energy, you must refuse to let the belief that aging means helplessness consume you. Instead of saying, "I'm too old for that," flip the script. Ask yourself, how can I continue doing what I love in a way that suits where I am in life right now? Because the moment you stop believing in your strength, that's when you start to lose it. It's that simple. Age doesn't make you weak, your mindset does. And I truly believe that we are all capable of incredible things, regardless of how many candles are on our birthday cakes. Don't let anyone, especially yourself, tell you otherwise. Secret number 4. Keeping the mind sharp and engaged. The connection between the body and the brain is so profound that when the brain begins to decline, the body inevitably follows. It's not just about physical health, and that's the truth that many miss. The women who live to see their 100th birthdays understand this better than anyone. They don't simply focus on staying physically active. They place equal, if not more, importance on keeping their minds alive and thriving. They read, write, take part in games and puzzles, learn new things, and dive into new hobbies, even later in life. And that is so inspiring, isn't it? It's never too late to challenge your brain, to take on new experiences that push your mental limits. The secret to mental sharpness isn't just about preventing decline. It's about actively seeking out experiences that stimulate and engage the brain. It's about curiosity, about a hunger for knowledge that doesn't fade away with age. For centenarians, this means staying involved in something that forces them to think critically, solve problems, and keep that intellectual fire burning. Many continue to work in small ways, whether it's teaching, mentoring, or participating in activities that require them to stay engaged and sharp. And here's the real gem, the powerful truth hidden in plain sight: staying socially connected. Isolation is toxic to the brain. It's when we withdraw, when we stop having deep, meaningful conversations, when we stop seeking new perspectives, that the brain begins to slow down. The longest living women, however, never let go of their curiosity, and that's why they remain so mentally agile. So, if you want to continue growing sharp into your 80s, 90s, and beyond, make learning something that never stops. Read more books, ask more questions, dive deeper into the world around you, and engage with people who bring new ideas into your life. Because when the mind stays active, when it's constantly nurtured and challenged, the body follows. And that, my friends, is the real secret to living longer and thriving every step of the way. Secret number 5. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. They keep moving, no matter what. And let me tell you, this isn't just some casual advice, it's non-negotiable. As we age, staying active becomes more than a choice, it becomes a lifeline. The moment an older woman stops moving, her health begins to unravel before her eyes. Muscles lose their strength, joints become stiff and creaky, bones grow brittle and fragile, circulation slows down to a crawl, and balance becomes a distant memory. It's a sad reality, but once those things start to decline, it can be a vicious cycle that's hard to reverse. The risk of falls skyrockets, and after a serious fall, many older women never truly recover. It's heartbreaking to think that something so simple as maintaining movement could be the difference between thriving and just surviving. That's why movement is the golden key to longevity. It's not just important, it's a game changer. And here's the encouraging part. You don't have to break a sweat with extreme workouts or spend hours at the gym. No, the longest living women in the world don't hustle through grueling fitness routines. Instead, they find joy in natural, everyday activities that keep their bodies in motion. They go for walks around the neighborhood, they tend to their gardens, they stretch, or they practice gentle yoga. They dance to their favorite tunes, clean their homes with a purpose, or engage in playful moments with their grandchildren. It's not about extreme measures. It's about infusing movement into every corner of your day. Climbing stairs instead of using the elevator, standing when you could be sitting, and staying on your feet as much as possible. The secret: it's not about how intense your workouts are. It's all about consistency. Just 30 minutes of movement a day can work wonders, slashing your risk of heart disease, stroke, osteoporosis, and dementia. It's a small investment with monumental returns. And here's the truly beautiful part. Once you start, your body will crave it. You'll feel your energy surge, and your spirit lift, and suddenly, the idea of moving becomes a pleasure, not a chore. But here's the kicker. You can't wait until you're feeling weak to start moving. You have to start before that ever becomes a reality. Movement is the preventative medicine, the shield against weakness. It's what ensures you'll never feel frail in the first place. So, if you want to remain strong, vibrant, and full of life well into your 90s and beyond, don't stop moving. Find something that lights you up, something you genuinely enjoy, and make it an essential part of your daily routine. Because once you stop, it's incredibly hard to restart. And believe me, you don't want to wait until that happens. Keep moving, and you'll keep living. Full, rich, and endlessly empowered. And there you have it. Some powerful insights into staying strong, vibrant, and healthy as we age. From the importance of movement to the little habits that make all the difference, we've covered so much today. So, what have you learned so far? I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned in this video that you're going to bring into your own life? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts with us. If you like this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let's keep spreading the message of living a strong and empowered life.